They're not bad. They're pretty good letters tonight. I think they're pretty good letters tonight. We'll find out in a minute. First letter tonight. My younger... Thank you, Keski. We're still setting up, as you can tell. My younger, spoiled, rotten, slutty sister. Thank you, Jess, for the coffee. It's half drunk. Never mind. My younger, spoiled, slutty sister has been with her very lovely husband, Dave, for almost 6 years. I got them together. Dave is being made a fool of. Thank you, Maxie. Second letter tonight. The guys trying to make ends meet are leaving their families dependent on welfare. What's that about? And the last letter tonight. His viewing enjoyment is only ever interrupted with his greater pleasure, that of passing wind loudly. A very classy show on tonight's Sweet and Sour. Don't go away. We'll be back in 10 minutes. I'm being crowded. What's for? Everybody's taking things up. The will be set up. Thank you, guys. In a moment. Don't go away. Sweet and Sour. 10 seconds. See you soon. Got a problem, big or small? Would a miracle be nice? Our motley crew is back, churning out advice. You might even laugh a bit in the following half hour. Park your backside on the couch, cause baby, it's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour. It's time for Sweet and Sour. It's time for Sweet and Sour. Lovely to have your company as always, and a terrific lineup for you. First up, he's back. Hello, Lewis.
Oh, hello.
But looking very different.
Well, I thought I'd...
You've got a hat on.
Yes.
Oh, very nice.
I've got a bit of a haircut, and then my man borrowed me the hat, man, so I feel kind of funky, you know what I mean?
You've gone out and had a haircut since we had you on the show last week. Very nice, mate.
Thank you very much.
What's happened in the week?
In the week, let's see, done a couple of charity shows for the Old Fame Trivia gig and stuff, and started working out with a mate of mine, so time to get fit.
Did you put on any weight or lose weight?
Well, 6 jam donuts and a packet of Kingston's later.
All right. No good. Alex?
Kingston's yummy.
When do you leave? It's close.
Yeah, 7th of July.
And you're gone for maybe 4 months, maybe 6 months, maybe...
Well, about 4 months, but if I'm having a good time, I'm going to stay longer.
So this will be potentially the last time you're on this panel this year.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sad.
Oh, Jimmy.
Alex married in the US is the next headline we have.
Oh, reality TV show. Let's follow Alex. Hello, Naomi. Welcome back for the second time.
Hello, how are you?
You enjoyed it so much that we just had to have you back this week, right?
Yeah.
Yep. What's happened to you in the last week? You done any magazine spreads or anything since?
No, I've been laying
Any coming
low.
up?
Possibly, we never know.
Well, make sure you tell us when they are. Daz?
Hey, how are you?
Good. Are you still foregoing your book, or or have you got something else to brag about?
We've always got something to brag about. It's just a matter
NLP.
of neuro-linguistic programming. Yes, it is a mouthful, isn't it? Say it all at once.
It is. Is there anybody more experienced than you in this state?
Not that I know of, probably. There may be, but not that I know of.
When's your next seminar?
There's about 4 biggies here, but yeah, some of them are fly in, fly out. So in terms of residents, no.
You're it. Good to have you on the show. Here we go, letter 1, dear panel. Here's the scenario. I'm a third-person observer, but it's plain for anyone with half a brain to see. Let me give you the relationship set up first. My younger, spoilt, rotten, slutty sister has been with her very lovely husband, Dave, for almost 6 years. Dave, we forgot to take Dave's name out of the letter. I got them together. He was and still is my best friend, and I thought he would be good for her, calm her down a bit, and she good for him, bring him out of his shell. It all went well. They have a beautiful 3-year-old boy. This is where the drama begins. Dave is being made a fool of. The baby boy looks exactly like one of her exes who is still very much on the scene, apparently because he's become a good mate of Dave over the years. So what do I do? Be a rotten friend and keep my mouth shut for the sake of my sister's sham marriage, or be a pal to Dave and tell him the truth? Everyone has been pushing me to tell him, including my mum, the granny. I confronted my sister and she just stared at me and walked off. Since then, she's acted like we never had the confrontation. How is this going to finish up if I keep my mouth closed? Denise of Mount Cootha, Queensland. We get letters like that all the time, Des. Didn't we have one similar like that last week?
We did.
God, so many people are harbouring so many other people's secrets. What do you do here?
And family resentment.
Plenty of that.
Denise. Look, Denise, if you leave it like this, nothing is going to change. I can assure you your sister will keep on, leave it as if nothing...
But everyone's happy.
Yeah,
What's
well,
wrong
not
with
everyone.
living it like
Denise
that?
is not happy. And
Denise is a busybody.
And it can't be too great for our poor guy friend Dave, who is, if it is true that he's getting made a fool of, that would be remotely embarrassing to see. Oh, look, my child is not mine.
Look, one day he'll find out surely. But why is it the job of Denise of Mount Kent? What are you doing? Nothing. You've got to shut up on the show when the others are chatting. This is important. You've got to be interested.
Denise wants
It was background singing. 18 years, and after 18 years, he found out
wasn't
it
even
was
his.
You know what I mean?
You know that song?
Sorry.
Nah.
Sorry, what happened again?
Do you reckon the demographic of our audience will know that song as well?
Denise, all I want to say is you've got to be really careful because this kind of shit will rock the boat. Did I say that? This will be really bad. Can you foresee the ramifications of what's going to happen if the fallout of Dave finding out, your sister just hating you for the next umpteen years, etc. There's going to be a lot of fallout from this. So I know you've got encouragement, and you may very well be right. We don't know all the circumstances.
We don't know all
look
the
out!
circumstances.
Look out!
Dave, a beautiful 3-year-old boy. This is where the drama begins. Dave is being made a fool of. The boy looks exactly like one of her exes. I think you're just guessing. What do you think is going on here?
I think you've got to make sure you're right.
How do you do that?
Probably try confront your sister again because
No. Do DNA stuff.
Come here, little Johnny.
slyly do that.
I'm going to babysit and take a toenail.
I think your sister's probably in denial about it and probably ashamed about it.
She walked off when he
Yeah,
confronted
exactly.
her.
She didn't even want to talk
Is it
about
denial or is it close it down? It seems like close down the conversation. We don't want to be having this.
Yeah, I'd probably still push it, to be honest, because I think it's just going to get worse as the years go by. And what if the kid's 12 and starts thinking, oh, I look like
I don't
this
even
other
know
guy?
if it's real. It's just conjecture.
You never know, though.
It's a
probably-
maybe.
Yeah, I think about it.
Look, oh, all right, Alex.
You sound like you're jealous. That one. Oh, go ahead.
You want to go back to
That
background
one,
singing?
that one there. You sound like you're jealous of your sister because, you introduced her to him and you're going on about how wonderful he is. Why don't you just mind your own business? It's their business. It's got nothing to do with you. And eventually that will come out because there will be DNA
Why
testing.
would she be jealous if she set them up in the first place?
Well, because she's going on about how great he is and how slutty her sister is. I mean,
Well,
what
maybe
kind
she
of
is.
sister?
Maybe she is.
You don't. Oh, okay. As I've said before, you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family. So just
And that's what's happened here. She's
stay out
being
of it.
protective of her friend and she'd like her sister to behave appropriately. My question is, how does she know this? Why is she guessing?
She doesn't know. She's just
he's-
causing trouble.
He's a 3-year-old
And
and he
it's-
happens to look like somebody else in her
Yeah,
mind.
and it will come out in the end. It'll come out in the end. There will be a DNA thing, like that song we were singing.
Maybe.
18 years.
Why do they need to have a DNA thing because this bird's just sitting back going, oh, it's not her son. Nobody else has said it except for
Well,
for
she's
this
jealous.
one.
She's
Ridiculous.
stirring the pot. She's
She's
stirring the pot. Stir her, stir her.
Lewis, is this woman a troublemaker or is she onto something?
Well, she could be genuinely concerned about her best friend Dave. But I reckon secretly Dave's happy, man, because he's got a nice banging missus that's slutty. Dave's smiling from ear to ear. You know what I mean? Laughing. So in a nutshell, let it be, let it be,
Let it be.
now,
Let it be.
He probably is very aware and he's
None of your
blissfully
business.
happy,
Leave him alone.
maybe. Why is it your business anyway?
Yeah,
When we come
none of
back,
your business.
we're going to be talking about how you penalise people who run illicit drugs.
Penalise?
Penalise?
I did that myself.
Penalise.
Penalise, yeah. Sorry.
Penalise?
Penalise.
Penalise? When we come back.
He's Greek.
Don't go away.
He's Greek.
It doesn't matter.
He's Greek. That's how they talk.
Oh, welcome back to Sweet and Sour. You don't want to know what we've been talking about. If you'd like to send us a letter, send it to the address that's almost going to... There it is. It's coming up now. Yeah, there it is. Letters at sweetandsour.net.au, and for every letter that we discuss here with our great panellists, we are going to send you to the movies. And this time around, we're going to send you to, what's it called? Ice Age 4. Have you seen Ice Age 1, 2 and 3?
I saw
seen
3
one
on
and two.
Friday.
You saw 3?
Only as.
I've got 3 at home.
You got 3,
haven't watched it
3 at home? This side of the panel? Ice Age 1,
Seen
2
the
and...
first one.
Yeah. You've seen the first
ago.
one? You haven't seen any of them. Deprived Childhood. And you can also like us on Facebook by going to facebook.com/Deprived Sweet and sour.
Come over and watch it at my place.
I will. You're not going to be here.
I'll
You're
give you
going
the
away.
DVD, you can watch it
I
on your own.
go to your place on my own.
No.
Here's the
just
key.
give-
Thanks very
but
much.
she
You
cooks
got other
good
people
food.
staying there. Hello, Sweet and Sour. It doesn't add up any way you do the maths. In terms of absolute number of fatalities, death from drugs is about 20th on the list, way below cancer, heart disease, smoking, obesity and traffic accidents, but I don't see anyone moving to make the causes of those illegal. The taking and trafficking of drugs, which is utterly abhorrent, is on the other hand a criminal offence. The world knows that prohibition only ever benefits the criminals and feeds our prisons. Worse, however, the people who land in prisons are unfortunately not the evil Mr. Biggs. Shouldn't that be the evil Mr.'s Big?
Mr. Big.
Mr.'s Big, I should.
Mr.
No, it's like Governors General or Governor Generals. It's Governors General, so this should be Mr.'s. Anyway, big deal.
No.
They're the guys trying to make ends meet and who leave behind families dependent on welfare. The taxpayer then forks out for years to cover overflowing prisons full of these petty crims who will never be able to land a decent job for the rest of their lives once released because of these petty convictions. And that in turn creates generations living in the gutter. All because we are content to prop up the drug lords in the mistaken belief that prohibition cleans our society of drugs. Wake up, we've all been conned. Kevin on a crusade, St Kilda, Victoria. Lewis, first up on this one, mate. What's the difference between illicit drugs and legal drugs?
Tax.
And that's it?
That's it, mate.
Just tax.
See, I don't
Government can't control it, therefore it's illegal and we throw the people into prison.
Yes and no, though. But I mean, if you think about weed's been around for yonks. Tobacco used to be like the backbone, still is. You know, I mean, Rothschild, Williams, and all those guys. So it's too harsh to pull that back. Prohibition, 1913, and whatever. It's too hard to pull it back. You can't pull back. It's installed in part of our society. Alcohol. Everyone comes home, winds down with a glass of red or whatever. Anyway, all drug taking, pretty much at the end of the day, is bad for you long term. But short term, and a Friday night mandatory ride, you know. So I don't know. I'm sort of on the fence, Gary, and I'm not really a fence sitter. You know, I don't like to go both ways, not like Tom Cruise in South Park. But it's hard. I don't know, mate. I don't know what to say. It's sort of.
It's a hard one.
I'd like to say something to help, but
we're
I
not going
can't
to solve this issue.
Benefits to abhorrent to. I don't know.
Hard drugs do ruin a society, though.
Bad
I mean,
news.
there are plenty of kids out there who have just ruined their heads.
Panadol's bad for you.
Yeah.
Nurofin's
Yeah.
bad for you.
All that.
Cough syrup's bad for you.
Everything.
What do we do, Alex?
Oh, you know, I love that name, Kevin. Remember that movie where he goes, I'm going to kill you, Kevin?
No.
A Fish Called Wanda?
No.
Because Kevin had the stutter.
And you reckon I spat at you?
That time I got you back.
All right.
Listen, I watched a show on TV not long ago, and it was Dr. Oz. He's this doctor in America, and he comes out with some of the best things. He had everything on it about illegal drugs that you can buy in shopping centres.
Illegal or legal?
Legal.
Legal.
In supermarkets, like things like, and he had 5 drugs that were the top worst ones to take. It was cough medicine, aspirin, oh God, I can't remember the other ones, but
Ibuprofen.
Yeah, ibuprofen. And he
Bromhexine,
had this nurse in there that he would say, what are the causes of this? What are the damages of this? And she went through everything. He pulled people out of the audience and said, what's your problem? She goes, oh, I get chronic backache. And he goes, what do you take for it? I get ibuprofen. And he goes, but, you know, do you ask a doctor or do you ask the chemist person, what do you call them?
Dispenser.
Pharmacist, dispenser, how much you should be taking? No, I just take if it's hurting, I'll take 2 to 4. It's like, they think, like Heath Ledger, how he died. Takes a sleeping pill, I'll take 2 because I'll have a better sleep. No, you'll die.
Self-medication.
You'll die.
Judy
And you know,
Garland,
a lot
lots
of
of
people
Marilyn
do
Monroe.
that. They think, and like a friend of mine, like my girlfriend that's gone to America, she takes sleeping pills, and to me, when I get a headache, I'll sit it out as long as I can. I had a migraine for 3 days. I finally had to take a Panadol, and it didn't get rid of it. I just had to get like a massage on my neck or lie down.
But the question is, are we locking up the wrong people?
Yeah, of course we are. I mean, like, they go to jail and they have a better life in there than they do out in the street. They get fed, they can build up their body, and they got a roof over their head, they don't have to pay bills.
Naomi,
What a life.
what's going on with the drug taking scene?
Yeah, education.
Are we locking up the wrong
We're
people?
asking your expert opinion.
Yes. Are we looking at the wrong people? I don't know. I think I think, yeah, they're doing the wrong thing, but it's probably not helping the situation at all, because those people that have gone to jail, they're not going to get a proper job in the end afterwards, and they're probably going to go. They're going to go back to doing what they were doing, I guess.
Look, all of us.
Where's the con? Where's the con?
They get educated.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
Where's the con? They get educated in jail to do what?
They've got supplies of books in it. People study law. They study law. They come out and
well, that's good. That makes them a better individual. Then.
Yeah. So it's not a lost cause sometimes.
But the rest of us somewhere.
Yeah, we do.
Go and stand out on Pier Street and watch all the kids go in and out.
We've got to put them somewhere.
Yeah, but then again, at the end of the day, if the old Bill came to my house, there'd be about 10 things you can put me away for. Do you know what I mean?
Daz, last word on this.
Mate, Kevin, I do want to say I like your causation. I can understand your link between big drug traffickers and yet the little guys or the medium guys get caught. They do end up in jail, their families are on welfare, and they kind of tend to miss out. So I understand what you're saying, because then it's almost like the taxpayers paying double dip, one for the jail, one for the family that's left without, you know what I mean? So I understand what you're saying.
But you can't leave them go. You've got to send a message to the rest of society as well.
That's right. Prohibition's one of the stickiest subjects. I mean, it failed in terms of alcohol in the early days, and I think Lewis is right. It does come down to tax.
Yes.
But we have to do something. We just don't have an alternative. It's like democracy.
Yes. People know what's going on. People know where it's coming from and when it's coming in, who's distributing. It's just like, who's going to stop it, really? Or are they don't really want to stop it?
Yeah, and we're not going to solve it tonight. When we come back, we're going to change the topic and we're going to see what it takes. The end of the world. Not what it takes to end the world, what it takes to put some romance back into your love life. Don't go away. Sweet and Sour coming up.
Oh, really?
Sweet and Sour. Good on advice and good on your spring rolls. Eat it.
Oh, they should sell tickets to those things. Righto. Oh, you caught us. Righto. Settle down, everyone. Here we go. Dear Mitch, my dear pot-bellied husband of 27 years isn't the most romantic of men. We have the TV on in the bedroom all the time, and I mean all the time, even during those few brief but intimate moments, and his viewing enjoyment is only ever interrupted with his greater pleasure, that of loudly passing wind. On those occasions, he'll glance grinningly across to me and check out if I'm equally appreciative of his flatulent masculinity. I must be honest and admit we do have a giggle and a laugh together regularly and enjoy watching certain programs together, but I need some pointers on how to make my hubby a little more interested in romance and turning off the telly sometimes. His whole family, including his mum, dad, sisters and brother, are television junkies and they'll take things for one another regularly. It's a family culture. My 3 kids aren't as bad yet. The last time the TV went on the blink, he slept at his parents so he wouldn't miss his programs. Please give this some thought for me. Barbara of Kensington in WA. Naomi, do you like TV?
Yes, I like TV.
I love my TV too.
Yeah, I don't agree with having TVs in the bedroom though.
Why not?
I don't know, it's just how I grew up and Mum never believed in it and just never happened. But I'm not romantic at all. Probably.
You're not romantic?
No, I hate all that kind of stuff. But
you hate romance?
I hate farting though. I don't think it's funny. It's disgusting.
There's nothing romantic about it.
It's nothing.
Hang on. That begs a question. Do you fart?
No. Girls don't fart. So.
Girls don't fart.
Nah.
You know, if that were true, girls would be this big and they'd walk around their bed. Never mind. Go on.
No,
Sorry,
I just don't think it's funny though. I don't think it's funny.
You know,
and
you're
I
with
can
my
imagine.
mum.
Yeah.
My mum, the Queen, and you.
Nah, I don't think it's funny. So yeah, I guess you'd probably just have to explain to him that it doesn't make you happy.
It does. She has a giggle. She likes it.
Yeah, every now and
She's
then,
got
but
a
not all
fart
the
sense of
time.
humour. My mum, the Queen, and no. No, you don't like it?
No.
No,
I
Dad.
don't think it's alright.
I want to know, is the greater concern the farting or is the greater concern
The lack of romance.
the romance
lack of romance.
the indulgence in TV? Look, I agree. If you want to have a bit of a better romantic moment, chances are the TV's got to go. How are you going to frame that? I'm not quite sure, but
You just belly dance in something skimpy and then drop a few. He'll love it.
Ew.
Fight back for romance, you think?
I don't know. Alex? No, not you. We'll go to Lewis. Come on.
A friend of mine suggested that you should sit him down in the front of the TV room when this program's on and let him watch it, and so he can, you know, hear your grievances. And that's what a friend of mine said. I say, jazz it up a little bit. I always say jazz it up a little bit, you know what I mean? Get something nice and funky and gorgeous and go, darling. And maybe put on a video he hasn't seen of himself. Or which you could do, or, you know, whatever. But, you know, watching the television...
Make a video.
It's a family tradition where I come from, man. It's cold as outside, and everyone's together. They're watching TV, they're all together. It's beautiful. Now, as for the farting, I've been like blowing flatulence all my life, and I love it. Do you know what I mean? Louder the better. I grab my son's head. So it's wicked. So you know, we all fart, and it's easy for you if you're so open with the farting thing, right? It's easy for you to go take that one in, love. So laughing. I've got no problem with a TV in my bedroom, especially when I'm, you know, sick and convalescing. So if your bedroom's large enough, nothing wrong with it. I love TV, love farting, and for the special moments, man, you got to encourage him, do a little bit of skiing in the ads, you know what I mean? Laughing. It's wicked.
Alex, you've obviously got a fart sense of humour because you've giggled every time we said fart.
Oh, I love farting. I think it's great. It's a natural part of your body.
Hang on.
To fart.
Barbara
and anyone says they don't fart, they're lying.
Barbara doesn't need instruction on farting. She needs instruction on how to get her husband to switch off the TV and make it a little bit
Okay,
more
Barbara,
romantic.
if I was you, I'd take the TV out of the room because...
He's not going to accept that.
I don't care. You know, if she doesn't take the TV... Hey, listen, you guys all said your piece. It's my turn now.
His mum's house when the TV wasn't working. But you can't read? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, if the TV's not in the bedroom, he's going to go and ship himself back to his mum's.
He's not going to get any rumpy-pumpy then.
He doesn't care. He wants the TV.
I'm sure as a man, Dave, right, that every now and again he would like a little bit. Don't you reckon? Don't you reckon, love?
Oh, is it my turn to talk?
No, we're just adding.
Oh my God! Okay.
She's so selfish
no.
sometimes.
Come on, you've got about 30 seconds and we've got to wrap up.
Bedrooms are for the 3 S's: sleeping, sex, and solitary when you're on your own.
Confinement, that's right, yeah. That's how you have sex.
You need to be on your own sometimes. You don't have to be in there. You can sleep in your room on your own sometimes, but you don't need a TV in there because it's distracting, you know, like when you're having
Have you got a TV in yours?
No, of course
I don't have one.
And I would not
I
ever
took
go
it
out
out.
with someone that had a TV in their bedroom. I would not stay there.
It's okay.
I would, if I was you, then, you know, just... If you really want to have sex with him, he's got a pot belly, but you know what they say about pot bellies?
What do they say?
It's a petrol tank for a sex machine. You've got to start playing up to him now and going,
Righto.
hello, darling, how's that little belly going? I want
Don't know about the belly, but keep rubbing and you'll be... Never mind.
You know, you've got to play up to him.
Do you like this letter to give away the pair of limited edition sunnies courtesy of Alon Treves and Aussie Opticals? No, you don't? You're
Hang on, I'm just seeing the other ones. What's the other one?
You've just chatted about them.
Okay, no, I like number 3.
You do like number 3? Lewis, which one do you
Let's
like?
give Barbara.
You do like number 3.
Let's give Barbara
Naomi.
3.
3. Daz, you're outvoted anyway, mate.
Yeah, I know, but I think Denise deserves something because she was in a rock and a hard place between her
Which one was
sister and
Denise?
Dave and the boyfriend. And
No, she's jealous.
Sorry, Denise.
She's a troublemaker.
Coming out to Barbara and Kensington,
Barbara.
irrespective of what Daryl says, a pair of limited edition sunnies courtesy of Alon Treves. We've got to go. Thank you, mate. Good to see you.
No worries, I'll be back.
Oh, you will be back. You're always back. But you won't be back.
I won't be back.
Not for at least
You're gonna
6
miss
months,
me.
maybe.
You're gonna miss
Oh,
me.
maybe. Yeah, of course I will. All right, have a good trip.
Thank you.
All right, stay safe.
Yeah,
all right?
I will.
We'll see you next year. If not,
I'll
if you're
let
back
you know.
earlier,
Yeah, I'll
we'll
let
have
you
you
know.
on the show.
Yeah, thank
Naomi, good to have you on the show. You enjoy it?
Yeah.
Terrific. Daz, always a pleasure, mate.
Love being here, mate.
NLP.
Look out.
Brain cells.
Look out.
You just keep saying
NLP. We've got to go. Thank all of our wonderful panellists. Thank our terrific crew. And thanks for having us at home tonight, Australia. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.